Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. Agent Double O ASMR here. And um, there's new news. We have new news about the reality show of 007 Road to a Million. Did you know they actually just had a red carpet for the show? Barbara Broccoli was there, and Brian Cox was there, along with the contestants. And so um, was able to find a little bit of footage. There's not a whole lot of coverage on this, to be honest, but got a little bit of footage I wanted to share with everybody about the red carpet, get some excitement building for the reality show 007 Road to a Million. Which is actually premiering November 10th. So that's just 6 days away from now. And I'm looking forward to the show, and especially after seeing some of this information that I just saw, I am looking forward to the show quite a bit. And so yeah, so let's take a look here. You get to see some of the contestants, and uh, get to have a little bit of an interview about the show and how they feel about it.
The idea is really to put ordinary people into a James Bond adventure. And we didn't quite know how that would work out. And it's thrilling because it's funny and they're really not James Bond, but they have heart and they're lovely and they're kind of, they're heroic in their own way. And so it kind of shines through. And so the show has a lot of heart and hopefully kind of deserves to be in the James Bond world.
And then also there is some interview with some contestants that we have.
I've said it a lot today, and it is a bit of a cliche, but it's just once in a lifetime. Yeah. You know, we couldn't have imagined doing anything like this, and we've been given the opportunity, and it's something that we'll be grateful for.
Recommend it to anyone. It's life-changing and out of this world. Yeah. Go for it if you can.
And then also an interview with Brian Cox, actually a couple of different interviews with Brian Cox about how does he feel about his role in the show, his excitement about it, and how he feels about what it is.
When it came through, it said 007. I went, oh, maybe they're going to ask me to do a villain. And then I thought, no, they can't do that because they haven't got a James Bond yet. And not only that, they haven't got a script yet for the next one. So it was a flight of fancy for a while. And then I realized it was this thing. And I thought, well, maybe if I do this, it's probably the nearest I'll ever get to it.
It's massive. There's a helicopter outside. There's
I know.
Like, how did they get you involved in this? Because I believe
I have
you
no
wanted
idea.
to be a villain, right? And then
no, it wasn't that. I mean, I've always fancied the idea of being a villain, and this is probably the closest I'll ever get to it. So I thought, well, you better do it while it's on offer. Otherwise, this will be the closest you'll ever get. And I've always loved the Bond films, particularly the early ones, because I'm that old. So Sean and Roger Moore were my kind of Bonds, because they were always very funny. And I like the funny Bonds, but it's gone on. I think Dan did an amazing job, absolutely amazing job. So I'm sad he's gone, but I think that there comes a statute of limitations for any actor doing anything. I understand that. I've reached my statute of limitations on many occasions.
Well, listen, I'm glad that you're getting to do this, but I want to start a petition to get you as a Bond villain because I just know you'd smash it. It can still happen, Brian, can it not?
Who knows? Depends on the director.
And I want you as the villain, right? But I also want a Scottish Bond. I know I'm biased, but have I worked, right?
Scottish Bond?
Yeah.
Who do you want?
Richard Madden. My money's on him still.
Richard Madden. I know Richard.
Or Jack Lowden. Do you know Jack Lowden?
I know Jack Lowden well. There's a lot of good... I think it's going to be stiff competition.
So with all that in mind, how do you feel? How do you think Brian Cox? What's his feeling about what we can expect from this show? Take a look at this.
Well, listen, just finally then, what can people expect from this?
I think it's very enjoyable. It's thrilling. I think it's very original in its thinking. It uses the Bond locations brilliantly. So I think it's a very enjoyable program. Okay.
So nice to see you again. Always a gent. Can't wait to see you as a villain.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. So there you have it. And what spurred me into making this video and looking for this footage was an article in Variety. And they cover most of the interviews that you just saw here from the red carpet in the article on Variety, but they also mention a couple of things. So I wanted to share this with you. This is at the very end of the article, and it says, and this is something that I have said previously, I was excited to see if they would do this. A second season of 007 Road to a Million, and which the show premieres on November 10th, is already in the works, with Broccoli fully behind it. So they've already got a second season in the works for their show. So if this is a big hit, which they're hoping it is, obviously, that first interview there, or he's saying we hope that it's going to become part of the James Bond world. So hopefully it's a big hit. But the Eon Productions executive added that fans shouldn't expect to see 007 himself on the small screen anytime soon. When asked whether there are plans for more Bond-inspired TV shows, she replied, "I don't think so. I think it's the big screen cinema, basically. This has been a lot of fun, and we'd love this to continue, but I think that's probably it." So that's for Bond on TV, Bond himself. As for the next installment of the Bond film franchise, that may take a little longer now that Daniel Craig has officially hung up his tuxedo. And Broccoli says, "It's going to take a while for us to get, it's a whole new reinvention," Broccoli told Variety. So it'll take some time. Well, that we already knew. We already knew to expect it to take a long time. Probably, I mean, I would guess at least 2 years probably before we really get much Bond news. Maybe they'll pick the new Bond within that time, but as far as filming and getting a script, and I mean, we know it's going to take a long time, so we've got to wait. But we have November 10th. We have this coming up on Prime. 007 Road to a Million, and season 2 already in the works. So this is great. This is kind of exciting. No, it's not Bond on the cinema, but it's Bond. What am I, like, infused? Bond infused entertainment. So, and it's something new, and but it's going to be throwing back to the old, where we're gonna get to see locations. I was really excited when he said that they used the locations brilliantly. That struck a chord for me. I was like, oh, okay, that's one of the reasons why I love Bond movies so much, is the locations. So I hope you're as excited about this show as I am, and yeah, I'm sure there's going to be plenty of channels in the Bond world going to be covering this show when it comes out, but I'm definitely trying to build up some excitement for it, just because it is something new with Bond. So, all right, well, thanks for watching, and yeah, if I, as I find any updates, I'm going to keep bringing them forward. And until next time, we'll talk to you later. Please give the like, thumbs up, and I appreciate all the support so far. Take care. All right, bye.